Ida Bell Wells Barnett, July 16, 1862, March 25, 1931, was an American investigative journalist, sociologist, educator, and early leader in the civil rights movement. She was one of the founders of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP. Wells dedicated her career to combating prejudice and violence and advocating for African American equality, especially for women. Ida B. Wells Wells, c. 1893, born Ida Bell Wells, July 16, 1862, Holly Springs, Mississippi, U.S. Died March 25, 1931, age 68, Chicago, Illinois, U.S. Burial Place, Oakwood Cemetery. Other names: Ida B. Wells, Barnett Eola, pen name. Education: Rusk College, Fisk University, Lemoyne Owen College. Occupation: civil rights and women's rights activist, journalist, and newspaper editor. Teacher: political party, Republican. Other political affiliations: Independent, 1930. Spouse: Ferdinand L. Barnett, E.M., 1895. Children: 4, including Alfreda Duster. Throughout the 1890s, Wells documented lynching of African Americans in the United States in articles and through pamphlets, such as Southern Horrors. Lynch Law in all its phases and the Red Record, which debunked the fallacy frequently voiced by whites at the time, that all black lynching victims were guilty of crimes. Wells exposed the brutality of lynching and analyzed its sociology, arguing that whites used lynching to terrorize African Americans in the South because they represented economic and political competition and thus a threat of loss of power for whites. She aimed to demonstrate the truth about this violence and advocate for measures to stop it. Wells was born into slavery in Holly Springs, Mississippi. She was freed as an infant under the Emancipation Proclamation when Union Army troops captured Holly Springs. At the age of 14, she lost both her parents and her infant brother in the 1878 yellow fever epidemic. She got a job teaching and kept the rest of the family together with the help of her grandmother, later moving with some of her siblings to Memphis, Tennessee. Soon, Wells co-owned and wrote for the Memphis Free Speech and Headlight newspaper, where her reporting covered incidents of racial segregation and inequality. Eventually, her investigative journalism was carried nationally in black-owned newspapers, subjected to continued threats and criminal violence, including when a white mob destroyed her newspaper office and presses. Wells left Memphis for Chicago, Illinois. She married Ferdinand L. Barnett in 1895 and had a family while continuing her work writing, speaking, and organizing for civil rights and the women's movement for the rest of her life. Wells was outspoken regarding her beliefs as a black female activist and faced regular public